Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance, and we have a fully loaded docket for today. We have Bilt in the news once again, this time approving existing cardholders who were once denied. We have Visa in the news as they're going to allow points to be redeemed into Trump accounts. Go ahead and get riled up. And of course, we have American Express making some negative changes once again to the Centurion lounge. So if all that sounds interesting to you, go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. Now, we'll lead off with a story that's been out there for a while, but I did want to cover it as many of you might be affected by it, and that is Saks Fifth Avenue filing for bankruptcy. Yes, it's been official, I think, a week or so ago. We just kind of missed it with all the Bilt news. Now, really, why anyone would care about this is one specific reason. All you Amex Platinum card holders out there love to buy Saks gift cards. You know, they have the credit. You get, I think it's $50 twice a year, once in the beginning of the year, once in the second half of the year. What's going to happen to all those gift cards? Well, looks like they will still be honored. So, if this came out, it's January 15th. The court has approved the retailer's request to honor all gift cards purchased by or issued to customers prior to the petition date and maintain the gift card programs in the ordinary course of business, consistent with past practices. So again, you're good for now. I still wouldn't hold on to them forever. If something's been catching your eye, I'd probably cash them in just to be safe, but you have been loading up on Saks gift cards. You're good for now. I think they're closing all the Saks off Fifth stores, but I don't know those would have counted for the gift cards, I think, but not for the actual credit on the Platinum card itself. Now, it will be interesting to see if, the Platinum card credit endures given the store's filing for bankruptcy. I gotta imagine the credit's gonna go away. Now, was it a Saks over Christmas break? And it's not the same thing. It definitely felt more like a Kohl's. All the stuff is chained up. If you want them to get it out, try something on. It was at the Good Mall, too. It was like, why would I want to waste my time trying on this when I can just go to the Canada Goose store at the other side of the mall? But now I sound like an elitist host with a status jacket, as my mother calls it. So we'll just move right along to potentially good news. It depends on how you want to interpret and believe this, because now we're talking about Hilton. So TPG had posted a little article from the Hilton CEO, and they brought up devaluation. So we'll take a look at this little excerpt, if you will, and then you can tell me what you think about Hilton and inflation. So the question basically was what are we doing about inflation and prices? And Hilton's claiming they've absorbed inflation's costs on award stays. So, quote, this is the CEO. In terms of devaluation, there's no news here, and we're not planning anything. The CEO was quick to add the redemptions are not free, and that Hilton pays individual properties for redeemed award nights. Inflation, he said, has caused room costs to rise over the last 5 years, and the program, in his view, hasn't adjusted. We've sort of absorbed it, he noted, but you can't absorb it forever. So there you go. I don't know. I mean, you guys would know better than me. The Doctor of Credit, now if we jump over to his page, was at least nice enough to track some award pricing over the years. He does note it's somewhat hard to tell because they do use dynamic pricing. So, it can change depending on when you're booking, where you're booking, that whole thing. But if we borrow this from the good doctor, again, 27, what was he doing here? So he claims that Hilton absorbed the inflation fee 5 years. They use, as we said, dynamic pricing. But here we go, the highest. So this is the highest price they charge. So 2017 was 90,000 points, 19 is 120, 21, 150, 2025, 200, 2025, 250,000 points. So, it has increased somewhat. I don't know that we were ever going to have it not increase at all. Maybe he's saying it could have been worse. But in the CEO's mind, they have been doing us a solid and absorbing it. I don't know if I'd personally feel that way, just given the way we've talked about the stories. Overall, it seems like every year there is some sort of adjustment in devaluation. I don't even think it's necessarily totally unfair given inflation and the cost of prices going up and everything. They've got to pay people and this, that, and the other. But there you have it. You Hilton faithful can let me know how you're doing on your reward nights down below. So maybe if you're staying at a Hilton, you are going to walk over to Disneyland or Disney World if you prefer, and you might want a new credit card to help get you in the park. Yep, we have a Disney story for all my Disney adults out there. I know there's at least 2 of you, so shout out. Thank you for watching. So here you go. This picture was snapped and posted to Edit, I believe, or Reddit. I believe this was an ad for a new card at Epcot in Club Cool checkout counters. I don't even know what that is. Someone will know what that is. So elevate your Disney experience. You can see it looks like your intro offer. It's like $600. Looks like a statement credit and then a gift card with $1,000 in spend. We haven't seen this out yet. I don't, it's time of taping. I don't know how this got out there or what they're teasing, but again, it's the Disney Inspire card. Now, I know they have a free card and they have like a $50 card, so presumably this card would be higher. Inspire sounds like it would be more expensive. How high? I don't really know. Probably $100, $150 maybe. These cards are generally not very good. I do think we won't spend a ton of time here. I do think there's a lot they could do with it, if you use it. I think right now the paid one gets you special financing to get a Disney vacation. I don't think that's super helpful. Just off the top of my head, I'd throw in something like a fast pass on there or something, discounts on those, or maybe that's the credit. Once a year you get 1 or 2 fast passes or something. I think that would be worth it at the same time if you're Disney, and there people are already paying for them, so why do I need to give them out? The thing that always surprised me about Disney is the only place you can go, like, they let you bring in your own food, which is crazy because most places don't do that. I mean, movie theaters now don't seem to care, but you can't go to an arena and bring your own food. So they're so confident that they're going to get their money out of you. They're like, yeah, go ahead, bring your ham sandwich. We're still going to gouge you. So there is that. We'll keep an eye on it. But to the viewer last week who asked about Disney or Chase getting out of a rut and Chase's issues of Disney cards, well, I don't think this is quite going to do it for you. But for the Disney adults, there you go. Moving right along, if you don't want to earn Disney points, or maybe you earn quite a bit of Disney points, but you don't want to redeem them for cash or travel, well, Visa has something for you, and I will give you a heads up. We've made it to the part of the show that involves Trump. Now, some folks, it's going to be triggering to some folks, but it is a story and it is about Visa, so we're going to talk about it. So Visa CEO is in the news because, we'll put this on screen, Visa CEO announced that Visa will be working with U.S. financial institution partners, so banks, to allow cardholders the ability to deposit credit card rewards into Trump accounts. Now, I didn't know what a Trump account was, and I didn't have Red Sox phone number to explain it to me. So, again, the good doctor here basically broke it down. So these accounts, it's a 530A account. Basically came to be with the One Big Beautiful Bill Act that got passed last year. And I think what it is, really a better way of saying it, it's like the accounts they were setting up for kids. And the benefit here is kind of like a 529, except it's not as good. There's like less tax advantage in it, I believe. The federal government was to deposit $1,000 in it for each kid born between 2025 and 2028. The Dell family, Michael Dell, the guy who makes the terrible work computers, I don't know what it is, but you get a Dell computer at work, the fans never stop. So anyways, he's depositing $250 per child born between 2014 and 2024 who live in zip codes where the median family income is $150,000 or less. I really wish he would just take that money and get me a decent work computer, but it's neither here nor there. So that's what a Trump account is. And then apparently, again, Visa doesn't control the points currency, so they're going to presumably go work with all the banks to give you the option. Now, we don't know what the redemption rewards is going to be. I would assume it'd be similar to like a cashback 1-to-1 type deal. Is it a good idea? Is it not? Well, I don't know, because I don't have any kids. Lando's made up only for bank promotions, so I'm not going to have a Trump account. I didn't see any promotional offers on Trump accounts either, unfortunately. So, if you have a brand new kid with a new baby smell, and they have one of these accounts, might be a good idea, potentially. I don't really know. Again, it depends on what's the interest rate on these accounts. Are they, investing the money with them? I don't really know that much, so maybe someone with a kid can chime in. Could be something there. I do wonder if this gets him a little bit off of his 10% interest rate cap thing. Normally when Trump seems to go on tirades and demand crazy things, it's normally because he wants folks to come to the table and bring him something. The watchmakers brought him the watch companies brought him a desk clock last time, to get rid of the lower the Swiss tariffs. Could this be enough to appease him if all the banks say, well, hey, look, we're not going to do the interest rate thing, but we will just list Trump accounts as a transfer partner, basically? I mean, that's not bad. And then, for whatever reason, however you want to spin it, it still looks like a win for Trump accounts, whether it is or not, to be determined. But, it would be hard to cap interest rates and then still expect credit card issuers to be able to pay out enough points and then to combine them or add them to Trump accounts. So we'll have to see. Now, back to regular programming that will be somewhat less offensive. I think I covered that well enough to not incite anybody, but I'm sure there'll be somebody. But who was inciting folks and has for the past few weeks has been Bilt rewards. Now, one of the interesting things about Bilt 2.0 was that, if you're an existing card holder with Wells Fargo, you were just supposed to be able to pick your new card, one of the three, and then, transition over to cardless. Well, to my surprise, and much more surprise for cardholders, folks were getting denied. Existing cardholders were getting denied by cardless. I had a few folks in the comments section of those videos talk about it. And it looks like Bilt rewards or cardless, one of the two, are fixing that now. So as we said, Bilt 2.0 are surprised to get denied. It turned out that the bank backers had different credit criteria and were unable to approve some 1.0 cardholders for the new card. The CEO sent out a letter acknowledging the issue and promising to get the cardholders approved. That was from Travel and Points, I want to say. So overall, there you go. I mean, I guess that kind of happens. You would think they would have the information brought over from Wells Fargo on the potential account, all the potential accounts they could inherit, have done that work on the back end. It's not the most surprising hiccup, to be totally honest. I think it's just one more thing on top of all of the Bilt 2.0 fun that makes it even worse when you factor in, okay, I have to open a new account, but it's not supposed to be a hard pull, I don't believe, but then I still somehow got denied. These guys. So there you go. Good luck to you guys. I didn't see any action listed. I think they're going to reach out to you and just get you sorted there. So if this has put you off of points or like cash back and things of that nature, well, you might want to close out a story on our tried and true American Express Platinum card because our last story of the week sees new rules around the Centurion Lounge. So again, this was shared with TPG. According to, American Express will make changes to the Centurion Lounge access starting on July 8th of 2026. Changes are as follows. Guests of card members will need to be traveling on the same flight as the card member. Easy enough. Now the other one, there will be a new time-based restriction for layovers. You will be able to access a lounge up to 5 hours before your departing flight. Current term state members must arrive within 3 hours of their departing flight. And of course, present the Centurion Lounge agent with the following upon each visit. This has never been applied to layovers on the same day, although some individual lounges already limit to 5 hours. Now, I don't know. I mean, this is one of those things that's going to impact you a ton or not at all. The first one here being on the same travel itinerary, I think as a card member, I think that's fine. Evidently, there was a string of an internet trend, I guess you could say, where folks would just bring strangers in with them, I guess. I mean, anything for TikTok and views, I suppose. But, so that one, I think that one's fair. That one's not ridiculous. However, the other one, the 5 hour max on layovers, I mean, on one hand, I don't know if I've ever had a layover that was 5 hours. I generally try to avoid those at all costs. I've definitely had a few layovers for sure. I wonder if they throw delays in that as well. It's been quite cold and snowy here, so we've had a lot of delays and weather disruptions and things like that. It just seems like one more thing that's aimed at solving their problem, being American Express and the Centurion Lounge, but with potential customer impact. Like, I do wonder how many people this really impacts, but at the same time, obviously they want to solve overcrowding. But, if I already got a 5 hour delay, I mean, yeah, I want to sit in the lounge, or 5 hour layover, I want to sit in the lounge. I just think you're getting, for $900 per dollar card, I think you're just getting too nitpicky, I guess would be my takeaway of this. Like, Is it the biggest deal? Is it that unreasonable? No, but I don't. But again, this is probably more on international travel than anything else. Domestic, I don't really know if you see 5-hour layovers. I'm sure someone's going to chime in and say they did. I've seen 5-hour delays. I've been delayed for quite a bit. That's for sure. But layovers are usually not that bad. So could be something, could be nothing. It's just really one of those, just one more thing. You're supposed to reach for this card and have convenience, and it's now just not being as convenient as possible. And I really think they're just out of ideas to solve their overcrowdingness and things of that nature. So stop putting it back on the customer when you can also continue to charge more, provide very little in substance value, in my opinion, being multipliers and earning rates and just stacking on more and more coupons. But we've all heard this rant more enough, so I'll leave it there. That's been the news for the week. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week, and of course right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course every single day over on ProfitableContent.com, which is our blog, always linked down below for you. And on the channel homepage, we have news stories just like this. We have plenty of bank promotions, and we have some credit card offers as well. So if you want to start earning for your Trump accounts, by all means, get started over there. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you very soon in the next one.